Hi guys, I wanted to do just a quick update video because I'm in the middle of a build, a Leopard 1, Revel Leopard 1 build, and I'm nowhere near ready to start filming the painting and weathering parts of the build. I'll show you actually. Still got loads of parts. So that's what's ongoing, and I'm enjoying building it, so I wanted to just take my time with it. There's lots of small parts in the upper hull and the turret, so I'm going to carry on with that, start filming it once the gluing's finished. Vinyl tracks, so it's an easy enough build from Revel. But that starts the update really, because my plan was to do the 3 vehicles in the German army in Afghanistan, modern day German army, which you can go back and see the build of. I really enjoyed it. I've just knocked the wing mirror off, getting it off the shelf. Really enjoyed the build for that, and I did do a diorama for the Fuchs that I used on my T62 because I had an idea to keep buying the Revel range and do a bigger diorama, which I've mentioned before. So, I've got the light to the the Fuchs is the fox, the light is the wolf. Again, done in the same ISAF Afghanistan markings to go with that. And then I bought the Leopard. I thought I'd bought the Leopard 2, but I bought the Leopard 1A2. So this is the wrong tank to go with that. So people who are waiting to see the big 3 vehicle Afghanistan diorama, that's on hold. This is a lovely build. The Leopard 1 never saw action anywhere, so I don't know what kind of diorama I'm going to put it on. It was in Afghanistan with the Canadian Army, but it only comes with German decals. So I've not even decided what paint scheme that's going to be yet. So I'll give you an update of what else is in the offing, but yeah, nothing to show this week, and lots of ideas. I've said my birthday, so I've just happened to have lots and lots of model kits and additional items to make dioramas, such as figures, to make dioramas out of the model kits I've recently built. So I'm just going to go through a few things so you know what to expect in the future, and I don't know what order they're going to come out in. Just depends how I feel on the day. And so the first thing is the Type 59. I don't know if you can see the models very well from there. Type 59, loved it, loved the build, playing with some new things, some new dirt effects, and yeah, really enjoyed that. So that is going to go on a diorama. I think it's going to be quite a smallish diorama. This is how close I am to creating things. This is already on my desk. It's just a piece of floorboard that I use, very rigid. It takes a lot of weight. It's a nice surface because it's textured, so the plaster and things stick to it, and it's not too silky a finish. But the idea is this. I bought this to finish another model on a diorama, and I'm going to use the lady, East Asian lady, out of this. She's just going to be watching as the tank drives past. I might look like a big piece of wood, but once it's got that on it, on some kind of road, built up and maybe a little bit, and then she's going to be standing there just watching it go past, rice paddy or field. It's pretty simple. That's the plan for that. That might be the next project. And then you might notice that there's four American soldiers from the Vietnam War on there. So that's the next kit. Next kit, M48. There's a video for this, guys, if you want to go back and see me build this. Another one I loved making. I loved weathering, and added some plaster additional storage on the back there. So the master box, 4 guys in Vietnam, that was bought primarily for this. So they're standing, they're not walking, they're all just standing. So maybe the tank on a similar size base, the 4 guys standing, and then I have a lot of foliage and jungle plants that I can kind of put a backdrop of. So that's the idea for this one. So that's 2 dioramas that are in that I'm planning, and then when I get the Leopard 2 model, I can do the Afghanistan diorama. So it's 3 dioramas that I'm holding in my mind there, and I'll show you some more purchases I've made recently. So if you follow my Instagram, you may have seen this, and if you've seen one of my older videos where I update you on dioramas I made prior to starting filming them for YouTube, I've been going for about a year when I started filming them for YouTube, and a lot of them I've got rid of, broken up for parts since then. But this was the Anzac 1915 Master Box. I think it was Master Box or ICM. 4 figures, you can see there hopefully. And I did a trench. So the sandbags are too big. The flock and stuff that I was using at that stage was just ground up grass. The timbers that I was using at that stage were broken bits of old fencing, and then twigs obviously, and then I think this is just cut up brass grill that I still use now and again on tanks, and that was cut up to make barbed wire. Basically, I think in the last 6 months I've come on from this point. So the next idea for a diorama is snowy British trench, and for that I would have liked to have got a Whippet. The website that I buy my tanks from at the moment, they didn't have any in stock. At the moment the Mark IV tank, this is about £70 from Tamiya, £60 to £70. That's just a bit too expensive, bit more than I want to spend. So it's just going to be figures in a trench. I've got the Master Box British Infantry SOM, and then I've also got British and German soldiers SOM from an actual photograph from the First World War. I think that'll make 1 or 2, and these guys have the leather tunics on and the greatcoat, so I think this is the one that's going to be a snowy trench and them huddling in the trench. So I'm looking forward to that. I do like making trench dioramas. I've made a couple, and then I've broken them down because I've not been happy with them. So it's just about taking your time, setting it up, doing it right, getting the right consistency with the plaster, because it's the high sides, the built up terrain, you need a thick plaster, and the one that I just showed you was made with pre-mixed tile adhesive, which I don't have anymore, but I might be worth getting some of that again. Costs more than the plaster, but it allows you to do verticals and build up the sides a bit more. It just makes for a heavier diorama though in the end. So I have to see what that's like. So going back to the Leopard 2 idea, the Leopard 2 is about £33 in the UK, so I'm not going to get that right now because, as you'll see, I've got a lot of stuff in the room, a lot of stuff that I can be going on with. So the Afghanistan diorama is going to take a back seat. But I did buy for that another master box set, which is modern German troops in Afghanistan. You can see I've already done some work on it and then I've scrapped it. That does happen, guys. I do make stuff and then go back to it and think I'm not happy with that. I do like the effect actually on this, because I have skimmed some plaster across the wood and then I've scraped it off, and it's a nice, it's like a wall, like a worn kind of city wall. I still think I'm going to use this size base, the Fuchs. The Light, the Leopard 2, and this is the problem really with the build that I tried to do, because it's about space. I need to build that Leopard 2 before I start building up cliffs, because it was like a valley in Afghanistan. That was the idea. But the modern German soldiers, they're going to be part of that diorama as well. Next one. I've wanted to do one of these for years. BTR 80. Same era as the T62 I've got, but I don't think I'm going to combine them. I'm just going to have this on a desert-like diorama. And ICM do this kit. I don't like the box art. It's a bit cartoony, but essentially it's the right kit, I think, for this vehicle. So it's going to be Afghanistan era diorama with a Russian vehicle with tank riders on the back. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's quite poignant considering what's happening in Afghanistan again. Next one after that is going to be the GMC tank destroyer, M36, European, last year of the war kind of diorama with it. And I've got the master box, Normandy landings, soldiers, and it's just going to be an action. Yeah, it's going to be a sort of an action diorama. The guys running in and the tank destroyer behind them. I don't know if I'll use the machine gunners on the hill. I don't know why that's the old style machine gun, but that's good value. That it's 7 figures in one kit. So that's an American one. I don't do that many American ones. I tend to do the Russian ones and the I'm loving British at the moment. So the next one is the Cromwell. I don't know if there's a new version of this in the in production, but everywhere I look at the moment, this particular model seems to be marked down and on sale. I was recently on the Tank Museum's own online shop, and they had it marked down as well. So I did get this. I've got a few British troops from the all-purpose universal carrier that I did. I didn't record that. That was 7 or 8 months ago. But I have shown the universal carrier with the burnout Hanomag on a diorama in one of my older videos, my update video. So this is going to be another urban, French, Belgian setting diorama with some broken buildings, some half demolished buildings. So I bought some more foam and I bought some balsa wood as well. So this is going to be an interesting one, guys. Yeah, a lot of them are green and white. Winter of 1944, snowy scenes. A lot of the photography you see on Google, but I've got enough snowy scenes with my Russian tanks. So it's going to just be a spring 1945, advancing into Germany. So we'll see. No fixed ideas yet on that one. I did have, I got the ICM Gurkha rifles. That's because my great uncle fought with the Chindits in Burma, and I would have liked to have done something with that. He was in company command, he was a sergeant, and he died out there. And this was the closest kit I could find. I don't think the Chindits or British troops in Burma are represented in plastic kits, in mainstream plastic kits. I'm sure if I started searching around for resin pieces by specialist companies, I'd find them. But I just thought they fought with the Gurkhas in Burma. So that's just an idea at the moment. Maybe a jungle scene, maybe I'd do another universal carrier, the Tamiya Forced Recon model. And that's just an idea at the moment, but it'd be nice to represent that. It's kind of the forgotten war in Britain, because we were fighting for colonial gains rather than defending the British people. It was less popular after the war, and those soldiers were just kind of swept under the carpet a little bit. So it'd be nice to do a Burma diorama. Then we've got this beauty, Trumpeter's Kosovo Challenger 2. I bought this simply off the back of the Chieftain, which I loved making in a desert setting. I know some challenges were done in the Berlin Brigade, blocks of colour, the white, grey and brown. And even though I brush paint, I'm tempted. I really would love to do that. I think it looks fantastic. And then it wouldn't be Supermodel Dave without World War II Russian armour. This was a cheap kit. Ever since I did the KV2, I've wanted to do the KV1, and I don't think them guys are included. Let's have a quick look. It's naughty if they're including guys on the front who are not in the box. Vinyl tracks. Yeah, they're not in the box. Maybe that's a Trumpeter thing, to have the guys on the box out there, not inside. I know that Tamiya, if it had guys on the box, they'd be inside. But yeah, that's just going to be a nice easy build, comfortable build. Diorama, bit of snow, bit of mud. See what I've got left over in the box. So what else, guys? Panzer III. I've mentioned in previous videos that I don't really like a lot of the paint schemes for German armour. That's why I don't do a lot. I started off doing a lot of German armour before I was recording YouTube videos, and when I look back at it now, the camouflage, the brush painting, the camouflage, no, I don't like it. I'll only do German armour now if it's one colour. Unless I master doing the camouflage better in the future. So this is a little Panzer III I did. It was one of the first models I did. In the UK this is about £8 or £9 with, gosh, about 6 or 7 guys with it. And yeah, I want to include this as a damaged vehicle in either the Cromwell, the KV2, or the US M36 tank destroyer dioramas. Now I also have a Panther that I don't like as well. Most of my German armour from the early days of model making has ended up as blown up vehicles in my later model dioramas, and this is going to be no exception. So the canopy was closed. I've cracked it open. Yeah, so that's going to be a blown up vehicle in the Cromwell diorama. Finally, I've bought some more of the carvable high density foam. So if that's in, say, the KV1, then the Cromwell diorama, I'm going to try and do the front of a church spire. Damaged, bomb damaged, a French church spire. So that's the plan for one of those Second World War dioramas too. So that's it, guys. There's lots of videos to come. I suppose I'm at a position where I've got so many different ideas that I've kind of ground to a halt a little bit. I just want to get this finished, this Leopard 1, and then I have scuppered myself a little bit because I bought the wrong tank, and the Leopard 1, I don't think it really served anywhere of note, and has very plain paint schemes. So that's where I'm up to. I've ground to a bit of a halt. So I'm just going to get this finished because it's all over my desk. There's no use putting this back in the box, so I can crack on with my diorama ideas. I'm just going to get this finished, not put it on a diorama, paint it up. I'll film that, do some weathering on it, and then just get it in the cabinet, and then I can start focusing on some of the more interesting projects that I've got in my mind. And I think the Type 59 will be the first one, and then the Vietnam soldiers, so then maybe a trench. So thanks for watching. Keep your eyes out for these videos, and if you click subscribe and press the bell, YouTube will notify you whenever I upload the next video.